Hey there, David from the Fuchsia City Fearows here, commentating my match against the Seafoam Island Squirtle Squad. I opened with Deancy to throw out some stealth rocks, and here you go. We've got a Smog-On handshake here as we both throw out stealth rocks. I can't say I was 100% expecting the Nidoqueen lead, but Nidoqueen lead it sure is. So Deancy eats an Earth Power. It's pretty tanky, so it survives it. Just throw up a Reflect. Wish I could remember why I threw up a Reflect, but I certainly did throw up a Reflect. Got some lefties trigger in here. And then I get Deancy the hell out of dodge. And I send in Manaphy. And here's misplay number one. I kind of, it takes the Ice Beam and it takes it right on the chin pretty well. I kind of forgot just how bad Sheer Force plus Life Orb plus Thunderbolt is. I thought, maybe Manaphy could take a hit. So I go for the Z Rain Dance again, making it rain, getting a speed boost. And a plethora of other useful benefits, which mean nothing in the face of a single Thunderbolt from Nidoqueen. So down goes Angus. So then I send out Stab-O. Figure I can threaten with his extreme speed. Well, he's extremely fast. He doesn't. That would be silly. But yeah, so the Mega Evolution, everybody saw it coming. And I decided to throw out an Aqua Tail here because the rain boosted the damage. And in the off chance he tried to switch to something like Dragonite that would have just eaten an Earthquake, at least then I'd get a little damage out. So then is Leer the Magnezone. The Stealth Rocks do a little damage, which would break Sturdy, but I was worried it was Scarfed to outspeed my Aerodactyl. So to be safe, I send in the Alolan Muck, who should be able to take a Thunderbolt pretty well, but it's a critical hit, and I'm pretty sure there were specs on that thing. I didn't really push for a confirmation. Left him in the off chance he could survive a hit and knock off whatever item Magnezone was holding, but I was pretty confident at this point it wasn't Scarf. And honestly, I should look back and I probably couldn't outspeed with a Scarf, but do the Earthquake and it dies. It just melts. Should have done that. So Muck was a big misplay, but he tried his hardest. So out comes that Blastoise. Thankfully the rain has stopped because I don't need to be getting more boosted damage from him. Throw back Stab-O, he can't one-shot it, so I send in Deancy to eat whatever attack it does. That way I can send out my next guy with a clean bill of health, not having to worry about crits or Scald burns if he's running Scald. And Deancy's kind of outlived its usefulness anyways. And it's Scald, and Deancy dies. R.I.P. So I sent out Cowboy Dan. Not really much to say here. Zapdos beats Blastoise pretty handily. He's faster and he's tough and he's pretty tanky. So he switches to Cassius, Scrafty, and throw out a Discharge. Figure, if he doesn't switch, he'll regret it. Get okay damage. Scrafty's a bit tankier than I would expect. But, yeah, and he's faster too. I honestly didn't think he would outspeed Zapdos, but I guess that's what I get for not having computer directly in front of me. Let's see here. I roosted here. I thought, oh, maybe he has Ice Punch. At least that way I could have survived the Ice Punch, healed up a bit, but I was slower, and then... So now he starts setting up Dragon Dances, which is more what I expect from Scrafty. At this point, I'm not really that scared of him. Drain Punch is the best he's got, so I just throw out a Discharge. Hit him with that damage. And he goes for a high jump kick, which hits. But thanks to Zapdos's natural tankiness and the fact that it's not very effective, even with the Life Orb, it doesn't do a terrible amount of damage. So, Scrafty down. And got the leftovers there. A timeless classic. So then he sends out Gallus the Entei. I didn't know what Entei did, but I figured it would be trouble for Cowboy Dan. So I have him mosey on back. And Big Woofs, just, you know, if it was a fire type attack, it probably wouldn't hurt that bad. Get my little Intimidate drop on him. You know, he's a pretty tanky dog. But it's Stone Edge. Turns out he learned Stone Edge. I wish Woofs learned Stone Edge. He survives thanks to the previously mentioned stuff, but won't do much else. He'll die to rocks, so I throw out an Extreme Speed, get a little more damage on him, and another Stone Edge seals the deal. So from here I send out Stabbo again. I figure with his lowered health I can threaten him pretty handily with a Stone Edge. And threatened he was, so he switches out and goes to Dragonite. Takes the rock damage, which breaks his multi-scale, and then my Stone Edge hits. So that's the end of Dragonite. Crit 2, I'm not actually sure if that crit mattered. Probably not, but you never know. So out comes Blastoise again. And at this point, I'm down to Stabbo and Cowboy Dan, so Stabbo goes out in a beautiful sacrifice play. Neither of them would have liked this Ice Beam, so out goes Stabbo. And there goes Cowboy Dan. He gets hit by the rocks because he's a bird and throws out some pressure. So I discharge, and that's the end of Blastoise. Yeah, leftovers. So out comes Gallus. We're down to our last Pokemon, and it's a speed tie. Pistols at dawn. Either of our attacks will kill the other. And he wins the tie, but his gun's jammed. So Cowboy Dan takes him out on a very, very lucky move there. And that's my victory. Can't say I'm completely happy with the level of play I displayed here, but I won, and that's what counts. So I'll be seeing you all later.